Welcome to Shastrikara's Astrological series. Most of you might have heard by now that the famous psychic Miss Cleo died on 26th July 2016, that is just 2 days ago. She had a colon cancer and she died in California. Taking this opportunity, I'm trying to analyze her birth chart and find out what could be the astrological reasons for this unfortunate event. Here, this is according to the Daily News. Miss Cleo, the great iconic TV psychic, died of cancer at the age of 53. So this is Miss Cleo, which I'm sure most of you are aware of it. And let me go to Astro Data Bank, and I found out that she was born on 12th August 1962 around 9 a.m. at Los Angeles, California. Using these birth details, I generated the birth chart, and this is what her birth chart looks like. Here the Lagna, this is the Lagna is Virgo, and that's where Venus is residing. Venus is the lord of 2nd and 9th house. For Virgo ascendants, Venus is the very advantageous planet. If Venus is strong and not afflicted by any malefics, then the possibility for that native to be in the entertainment industry is very high. So you can see here for Miss Cleo, Venus is the 2nd house lord, which is the Dhanasthanam, and 9th house lord, which is the Bhagyasthanam. That is, making money and savings money is both done by Venus, who is in the 1st house, that is self, and the 1st house lord Mercury. Mercury is the lord for communications, is in the 12th house, which is owned by Sun, the great planet Sun. Now let's go to her current situation. Starting November 2014, transit Saturn entered Scorpio and natal moon is in Sagittarius, which indicates that here is the Scorpio. Okay, here is the Scorpio. This is where transit Saturn entered in November 2014, and natal moon is in Sagittarius, and the natal Saturn is its in own house Capricorn. So according to the Hindu astrology, this when transit Saturn is one house behind the natal moon, the Sadeshashini starts and it remains for 7.5 years. So right now for Miss Cleo, she is under the impact of Sadeshashini, and transit Mars is also here. It's Scorpio co-joined with transit Saturn right now. That is the time of her death. And when you look at the transit Rahu is in the 12th house, owned by Sun, and the natal Rahu is already co-joined with the 12th house lord. So Rahu, the terminator, will be the primary cause for the native's death. Next, we go to the second maraka is Saturn. Saturn is in the 3rd house, owned by Mars and co-joined with transit Mars. If you look at transit Mars, the natal Mars is 8th house lord. 8th house is for death, and when you look at the natal Mars, here is the natal Mars, transit Mars is here. So from here the 8th house is the transit Mars 8th house aspect is again on the natal Mars. So the 8th house lord got activated again. So the main reason for her death will be Rahu, Mars, as usual Venus being the 2nd house lord, and then we look at who is the 8th house lord, which is again the Mars. So let's look at the Vimsottari Dasa at the time of death. Here the Vimsottari Dasa is Rahu Mahadasa, Venus Antardasa, and Mars Pratyantara Dasa. So if you look at the exact time of death, Miss Cleo died during the period Rahu, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Even though the Jupiter starts on 25th July, that is one day before her death, I think, in my opinion, the time of birth is not that precise. Otherwise, the actual death would have been in Rahu, Venus, Mars, Rahu, not Jupiter. Now let's go back and see the Bihurgu Chakra Paddhati. According to Bihurgu Chakra Paddhati, between August 2015 and August 2016, Mars activates third house and sixth house from Lagna. So let's go to the third house. Mars activates the third house. This is the house which it activates, where the transit Saturn and transit Mars are residing right now. And the sixth house is this one. That is, the owner of the sixth house is Saturn, who is also the transit Saturn is here. So Mars is activating the third and the sixth house. Sixth house deals with diseases, illness, and the third house lord and eighth house lord being Mars, the same. And transit Mars is residing in the third house, and the eighth aspect of transit Mars is on the natal Mars. The possibility for the native to have some sort of illness and which might lead into death is possible between August 2015 and 2016. Unfortunately, the event happened 2 days ago. This is my analysis for the unfortunate event of Miss Cleo's death. Thank you.